In this class, we will be studying about last subsection of section 9, that is section 9 subsection 5, which talks about e-commerce operators. Remember, section 9 subsection 5 talks about e-commerce operators, and now for our class we are dividing this subsection into 3 parts. The first part we are going to discuss about taxi aggregators like Ola and Ubers. In the second part, we will be talking about the hotel aggregators like Make My Trip or Oyo Rooms. And in the last part, we will be talking about other e-commerce operators and GST implications. First, we will begin with our taxi aggregators, Ola and Uber. Let us take a simple example to understand this. Say I am a taxi driver registered under Ola. That means I am a Ola cab driver. Now I provided a service of picking a customer from the airport and dropping at their house. So now in this example, I am the service provider and the customer is the service recipient. I repeat, in this example, I am the service provider, that is the taxi driver is the service provider and service recipient is the customer is the service recipient. Now you may ask, then what is Ola in our example? Ola is called as aggregator. Now who is an aggregator? Aggregator is the person who is bringing supplier of service and recipient of service together. In our example, Ola being the aggregator brought taxi driver and customer together. Now let us say how this transaction work. Say on my entire journey, the bill became 1100 rupees. Now the bill is 1100 rupees. Customer will pay this 1100 rupees to Ola. Customer will pay 1100 rupees to Ola. Now, can Ola keep entire 1100? Ola cannot keep entire 1100 with it. So, Ola will keep 100 with it. Okay, Ola will say, I bought supplier and recipient together. So, I am keeping 100 rupees as commission. So, Ola will retain 100 rupees and it will pay 1000 rupees to the driver. So, as a driver, how much will I get? I will get 1000. Ola will get 100. So, this is how a normal transaction works. Now, let us talk from the GST point of view. Who has to pay GST on what amount? Now, Ola says 100 rupees is its commission and it will pay GST on 100 rupees. Ola will tell 100 rupees is its commission and it will pay GST on 100 rupees. Agreed. Now, as a taxi driver, will I pay tax on this entire 1000 rupees? The answer is no. As a taxi driver, my turnover in the previous year would be, or my turnover in this year would be less than 20 lakh rupees. So, I won't even register under GST. So, on this 1000 rupees, I won't pay GST at all. Now, I am just one of those drivers. There are tens and thousands of such taxi drivers in the country. So, if all the taxi drivers are not paying tax, government is losing huge revenue. Government is losing huge revenue on the money collected by the taxi drivers. That is why they said drivers need not pay. Drivers need not pay, but the aggregator shall pay on the entire amount. I repeat, the government said the taxi drivers need not pay, but the aggregator shall pay on the entire amount. In our example, we were saying that Ola will pay on 100 rupees. Government said no, not only 100 rupees, you have to pay on entire 1100 rupees. GST on entire 1100 will be paid by whom then? It will be paid by the Ola itself, that is, it will be paid by the aggregator itself. So, I hope the example is clear. I repeat the entire transaction. Ola collects 1100, keeps 100 with itself, pays 1000 to the driver. Now, as a driver, I won't pay the GST because my threshold will be less than 20 lakh rupees. That is why the government asked the aggregators only to pay GST on the entire consideration. So, on this entire 1100 rupees, the Ola has to pay. So, that is the first part.